Alright, today we're going to be going over Path of Exile 2 bingo card and kind of my predictions of what they're going to reveal on March 27th for the live stream. And we're just going to get right into it. And starting from top to bottom, left to right, here we go, y'all. Now, first one, how PoE 1 and 2 will interact. Now, hopefully, maybe they'll have some kind of overlapping thing, since even though the games are separate, obviously, maybe they'll have, like, obviously they can't have leagues on the same time. That will cause too much problems. But some kind of overlapping interaction would be cool to see in some way. Maybe we'll get some creative juices to figure that one out. But anyways, moving on. Path of Building in Path of Exile 2. Now, they did tell us in an interview months ago, long time ago, that they wanted to integrate Path of Building inside Path of Exile 2 as a sort of a leap forward in technology and stuff compared to how old Path of Exile 1 is. You know, they're more capable of that now. It's just a matter of implementing it in an intuitive way, but that remains to be seen. So hopefully they get it running smooth, hopefully at launch. Highly doubt we'll see it in early access, so definitely at launch, I would imagine. Now, just for shits and giggles, how about Chris Wilson opens the stream for no reason at all, even though he's not with the company anymore? Let's just throw him in there. That would be a fun little, just little nudge, and maybe a little, well, yeah. Anyways, moving on. Old league mechanics appearing. Of course, there's a lot of leagues we haven't seen before. You know, like they talked about potentially bringing Blight back, but they sounded kind of iffy about that in an interview a while ago. Things like, God, what are really good leagues? I just drawn a blank right now, but things obviously we haven't seen, and they have talked about bringing those back, but doing a kind of a bit of somewhat of a refresh of those leagues and kind of having a new spin on it. And hopefully they buff up some of the weaker ones, like Expeditions definitely been nerfed in Path of Exile 2, and hopefully between now and the game's launch they'll buff that up a little bit, because it's a little rough out here. Alright, and next one, Path of Exile 1, a new league. They haven't had a new league since July of last year. It's been almost a freaking year. And yeah, they had the Legacy of Prachan, whatever it's called. But that was just an event. That wasn't a league, you know. It's kind of like half a league, if we're being honest here. But they get a brand new league, that'd be great. But managing two games, this small, relatively small company running your games, I can't imagine. It's just not easy. So I'll give them that. Alright, moving on. A new Headhunter in Mageblood. Now, what I mean here is that we already have a Headhunter in Path of Exile 2. It's true, but it's significantly nerfed. Instead of the buff giving you 60 seconds, it's down to like 20 seconds. And there's a support skill gem that gives you a Headhunter buff. So it makes the Headhunter obsolete. And it doesn't take up a gear slot, so it's kind of pointless here. It needs to be buffed or something, or just reworked. And the Mageblood, I know you're thinking, well, the flasks are completely different. Mageblood wouldn't work. Now they would have to do a totally revamped version of it. So instead for flasks, how about for charms? How about a Mageblood that automatically gives you like 3 or maybe like a 4th charm if they implement that, maybe, I don't know. And the charms are active at all times, just like the Mageblood did with flasks and Path of Exile 1. Just a thought. Now, charms, speaking of charms need a rework. They're very underwhelming and they need more love here. And just the lackluster. I love the idea of it, of replacing the flasks that we had, variety in Path of Exile 1, but we really need something else here. It's just not good enough. Now, the other rework is flasks. Flasks are okay, but I really miss the movement flasks, man. We're going a little too slow. Movement flasks, defense flasks, something, armor flasks. Whatever we can get, I'd be happy with some variety and bring back those slots. And if you got rid of charms and brought those slots back, tell me that player base wouldn't be over the fucking moon for that. I know I would. Alright, moving on. Third ascendancies for all classes. I know there's an obvious one, but we really need those ascendancies. And I know they're working on it. It takes time. It is what it is. But we need some we need that variety other than the classes, of course. And yeah. Hopefully there's some juicy ones, and some of the ascendancies, the nodes on them are pretty lackluster compared to the ones in Path of Exile 1. Seems like they're just dubbed down in Path of Exile 2, but that's just my opinion. Anyways, moving on. Divine Orb Sync. We don't have a proper Divine Orb Sync, which is why the prices went through the freaking roof. They're the highest we've ever seen in the franchise. I mean, yeah, the prices go up in Path of Exile 1. That's typical. They always cap out around like 200, maybe 220, maybe 240 chaos at most, and then it goes back down as the league dies off. But in Path of Exile 2, since there's no proper sync, they were shooting up into the hundreds, like 400 or 500, almost 600, I believe, or maybe it was 700. I don't even remember. But then they started to go back down, back up. It's just a freaking wave, man. But anyways, moving on. All the acts. We're still missing Act 4, 5, and 6. And hopefully they are absolute bangers. Now, supposedly, we'll get Act 4 during the Dawn of the Hunt League, but, you know, that remains to be seen. And hopefully, they're juicy. Now, Act 1, 2, and 3 were great, but I'm ready for something new, of course, like everyone else. Alright, next one, we need a new endgame here instead of maps, you know, like, or reinvent maps somehow, make it better, comparable to, you know, give us something to do, progression somehow, make it more fulfilling. And speaking of which, drop rates. Drop rates are really weird with the rarity now. People are getting a lot of good stuff even on like lower tier maps than they are juice tier 16 maps. It's very odd. But anyways, moving on forward, I gotta speed up here. Sony MTX situation, explaining apologies even though they're not going to do it. This is just pure copium because they screwed over a lot of players, including myself. I'm on PS5. Alright, moving on. A new crafting method. Need a crafting bench really freaking bad. I don't have to, I mean, alteration orbs have been, were apparently leaked a month ago and got replaced in that one video that people have just stumbled upon, so hopefully they bring something. Alright, in-game build planner, you know, an actual something to plan, you know, be worthwhile. Next one, Ziggity asking questions, laughing for some reason. It's always entertaining. A proper gold sync and possibly trade gold, even though they said it's not, you know, can't do it now, but we need that. Next, auction house. Best part of the console version of Path of Exile 1 is the auction house. It is saved so much time and headache compared to PoE 2's trading system is ass. Now next, obviously Druid. Everybody wants it, everybody needs it. I need that shit. Full passive tree reveal. I don't remember what the point of that was. I think maybe a more in-depth passive tree comparable to Path of Exile 1. Now of course Templar, we want that. We need new weapons, endgame build showcase, and of course I want the shadow. Now, sorry to speed this up a bit, but I'm running out of time here, so hopefully this is, you know, we get to see some of this. I know a lot of this is kind of copium, but it is what it is, and we need some big fucking content here. We need some juicy stuff, and I know the developers are going to cook. They have before, and let's hope that they use the right recipe. So anyways, that's all I got for you guys. Hopefully you enjoy this video. Catch you on the next one. Peace out, Come Scouts.